Gory Toons presents Restless Meg Syndrome. So now we're in Restless Meg Syndrome. This episode is probably the longest of this season, or the second longest. Anyway, I intended this episode to be a lot more akin to Family Guy or South Park plotlines, where there is an A plot and B plot. Also, this is like the first and only time Meg is a character in this show. In retrospect, this is probably the most ambitious episode of this season, at least behind Blind Mistake, since that actually took quite a while to make. As for the storyline, Squidward is babysitting Meg. Meg develops a crush on Squidward. This is based on that one picture that had Meg Griffin tying up Squidward. I don't think it's up anymore, but it might be out there somewhere. And also, it's based on that Family Guy episode, Barely Legal. Already, that title doesn't sound right. Moving on, this is definitely the season where the SpongeBob characters got the shine. Like, there's all sorts of SpongeBob-related storylines, like jellyfishing, a Mr. Krabs episode, and this one, where SpongeBob is just one of the kids. But yeah, this season is just weird. Here, I made Meg Griffin a Yandere, which again, sounds like a fanfic plot line. Also, there's more dialogue. Probably because, again, the other characters besides the Happy Tree Friends ensemble got more spotlight. Either way, I must have been taking something when writing these. Here's Cuddles. You know something's bad about to happen when he's on screen. I'll admit, I neglected Cuddles as of this point. I dunno, I won't lie, I definitely got accustomed to Pop and Kenny, so they pretty much replaced Cuddles. I mean, Cuddles is not outright written out the show. He has another starring role eventually. But yeah, we continue the whole Squidward-Meg storyline. Looking at this screams fanfiction. Like, Squidward and Meg are very comparable. They're mistreated, so of course someone would link the two. But yeah, this is right out of fanfiction. Also, this story dwells into horror a little bit. Like, this is supposed to be Season 2's Halloween special. I guess I delivered, because everything about what's playing right now was a sudden boost in my work. I don't know what sparked in me, but this entire scene was surprisingly effective for my standards. So now you see Squidward is kidnapped. Actually, this is probably a modern SpongeBob storyline, because Squidward goes through absolute hell in the modern seasons. But yeah, Season 2 was an acid trip. These storylines get progressively unhinged. We go back to Spingebill over here. He's just doing stuff, I guess. Again, this was my attempt at making two storylines in one episode. They absolutely have no correlation. It's just a sitcom-y parody, I guess. This episode is pretty funny, I will admit. I mean, my sense of humor is all over the place, so it's not like it's profound comedy. But I think this episode in particular had a focus on visual gags and cartoony jokes. Like here, Toothy broke his back trying to lift a tire, and then SpongeBob tries to fix it. And by fixing, we mean forcibly trying to move Toothy's spine back in place. I will say it again, this is probably something you would find in a modern SpongeBob episode. And yeah, this continues the trend of SpongeBob being a menace to society. Like back in Season 1, SpongeBob was just accident-prone. But here, he's insanely clumsy and dumb and decimates everyone else in his path. And here's a time card. You can tell this was an attempt to replicate a TV episode. There's Toothy. He's dead. His eyes are all gouged out. F in the chat for Toothy. Okay, we're back to this mess of a storyline. Seriously though, this reeks of some fan crossover. I mean, that's basically what Gory Toons is, but like, this is something from fanfiction.net. And to put the cherry on top, it's another Pop appearance. This little freak is everywhere now. Dramatic entrance and everything. And yeah, he is out for vengeance once more. Meg dying was to be expected, but damn, Pop chopped her clean with that axe. Squidward also dies, big shocker. Man, I kinda wish everyone else kicked the can, so I can make that one joke from the episode where SpongeBob had bad breath. So to recap what we had just witnessed, this episode was certainly outlandish. Probably on par with Road Rage, but longer like Blind Mistake. Seriously though, this is probably the most fanfic-ridden of the entire show. Sooner or later, there's gonna be Squidward x Meg Griffin shippers. Anyway, that'll be all. The next episode will probably be less crazy than this one.